Greetings, in case you haven't heard, I am your queen, love bug number one. Welcome to my village, where everyone is taken care of and no one is left behind. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is having an amazing Friday. Oh, this has been one of those weeks, I'll tell you it has. The village! It is Friday night and I know y'all came to have a good time. I just know you did. I know you did. I know you did. Sometimes it's good to just have the element of surprise, right, guys? It's Friday night. Everybody got their stuff. Y'all got your snacks. Y'all got your sip. Y'all got your dip. Let's get ready to rumble. Y'all already know we're going to have a nice time. And let's dim some of these lights because it look like I'm in a library and it's Friday night. We do not need all this lighting. Not on no Friday. Right, let's get comfortable. Don't I always tell y'all when y'all come in here, get ready to get comfortable. Get yourselves comfortable. Because that's what it's all about, everybody. Come on in. Come on in off that porch. Get in here. Get in here. Greetings, pals. My brother from another mother. Welcome back. We missed you this morning, pals. We missed you. We had an amazing stream this morning. And we had a good time. Hey, Alex. Welcome, welcome, Alex. Come on in, come on in. We are definitely going to have the time of our lives. Let's get ready to get started. You know, on Fridays, you just don't never know what you're going to get in here. Yeah, just call me Miss Queen Stutters tonight. Yes, Jesus. You know, sometimes we have those weeks where everything is just busting loose at the seams. And then sometimes we have those weeks where we are the ones busting loose at the seams. Come on in, come on in. I didn't put boots on the ground tonight, just took me a nice shower. Good, stay in the house because I don't need to have to get up to there. Just stay in the house. Love the earrings. Thank you, sweetheart. Let me tell you something, brother. You know, we too much alike because you know it's bad when you go into retirement and then there's something in you that's itching to come out of retirement. And I know sometimes there's people like us that's needed out there in them streets to get the stuff situated the way it should be. And sometimes you do still need some of the old school ones to get out there and get behind the new school and help push them forward and show them what to do. Because a lot of them really just don't know what to do, but they're doing the best they can. So we're not here to criticize anybody because I do understand how it is when you're not seasoned in something, but you're trying to find your way. Did y'all have a good day? I know I have a close call earlier. I know what you mean. I'm trying to stay safe and stay out of jail right about now. I'm getting too old to be being slung on the ground and beat with a billy stick. I'm getting too old for it. But come on, y'all, let's warm up. Let's get into the flow of traffic. Let's set the tone. Let's set the tone. We got a lot to talk about. I don't know how long this stream is going to be because I got some other things going on, y'all. But we're going to make it do what it do for the time being, right? Put a smile on your face if you out there and just vibe out with us. Because it's time to get rid of some of that bad energy. Shake it off. Just shake it off you. We're not going to let this devil haunt us tonight. We're not going to let him steal our joy. And we definitely not going to let him put us in that zone he's trying to put us in. We better. And we know how to shake that devil right up off of us. In the name of Jesus. Enjoy yourself. And to all of y'all that's out there that like to see a beautiful smile every day, here's to you. Let it rain on me. There's something about that rain. That's right, sweetie pie. Get your dance on. I should have came in on the other stream so you could have got on here with me. That's right. Have the time of your life and live your best life. Don't let nothing stop you. Positive, positive, positive energy. That's what I'm talking about. It's Friday night, and it's been a long week. But guess what? It's going to get even longer. So we just got to get up and do whatever we need to do. There's no reason to sit here and waddle in our own misery. Y'all know I'm always the one that raised that bar right back up over our head. We cannot sit around and be sad. That's not what we're going to do. And I want to send a special shout out. Shout out to George Floyd. Shout out, George. It is a summer rain of blessings and glory. And we will not rest until justice is prevailed. In the name of Jesus. I must be getting old, a little scuffle, and I'm aching in places that I didn't even know I had. Laugh out loud, but I'm good. I had enough since to stay put tonight. I need some rest time now. Laugh out loud. A long week indeed. Yes, and I'm going to say this to you, my brother. We have a younger generation, and that's what they for. We can get out here and we can play the background. I make moves from the background now. I can let people know what to do and orchestrate it from right here. But there are times when we want to get out there and let people know that, you're not going to take advantage. That time is over. It's no longer going to exist. At some point, you have to pull the plug and say, this is the end of the disasters. And it starts now. We're not getting ready to allow no more. And see, they're not used to folks standing up for themselves and willing to go down with whatever they have to go down with. But we still holding on, and we're going to continue to hold on. And people stay strong in it. Don't you dare give up. Rest in paradise, Mr. Floyd, Mr. George Floyd, rest in paradise. And to our man, rest in paradise. To all those that have been just treated unkind and brutal, and life has been struck down, rest in paradise. And to the families, we support you. And we just want you to know you're not alone. And so many of us have been mistreated too. Maybe not taken, but mistreated. And mistreatment is mistreatment. And it's time for us to seek justice. I put my caption up today, and I said, we shall overcome. And the reason why I put that up, yes, we're strong. We don't have no other choice but to be strong. When you're constantly going through something, it will strengthen you. And it will prepare you for every battle that comes in front of you. But as I was sitting here and I said, okay, I want to put up a caption, all I could see was Reverend Martin Luther King when he was giving his speech. And when he would always say, we shall overcome. And then I thought about Reverend Martin because he was so nonviolent. And I started to feel sad a little bit because I realized that it didn't work out during his era. And realistically, it don't seem to be working out during this era either. And as much as I have the utmost respect for Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, I'm beginning to think that we might have to find a new approach. And I think I'm not the only one that's starting to feel like we may need a new approach. So we will figure it out together. I stopped looking at the news because it was still showing so much brutality, which shows us that it hasn't stopped and it will not stop just like that. So now we have to go forwards and figure things out. And to all of y'all that's in attendance, I thank you for coming in and lobbying around and allowing the village to be a place that we can bring this topic and be able to talk and understand one another. Because understanding and wisdom and knowledge is definitely needed right now, as well as healing. There's so many spirits wailing, including my own, because any righteous human being do not feel good looking at the things we've been seeing. And it's not no one isolated situation, let's be clear. But hey, we have to continue. So I thank you all for coming in, and we will figure it out. We will get to the meat and potato of it. Uproot the system. Okay, in what way do you feel the system needs to be uprooted? And if anybody want to call in, feel free to call in. I just took the music off so that we can have an open discussion about whatever's on your mind. I came in so that if anybody have anything on their mind, they can talk about it, whatever it is. And it don't even have to be about one particular topic. This is our Freestyle Friday, and let me know what's on your mind. What are you thinking? What's going on in your head? Love, love. If only love could really make the world go around, we would be in a much better place. I wish it was that way. If only it could make the world go around. We had a live stream this morning, and after the live stream, there was just so many different things going through my mind. And I also went back to mine and look at one footage. And before you can even get into that footage, just footage on top of footage on top of footage of other scenarios that has happened since that is just coming up one behind the next, one behind the next, one behind the next. And then it makes you say, my goodness, it hasn't stopped at all. And then I was talking to my Brody. You know, my Brody and I, we talk about a lot of different things often, as well as me and my brother Pounds and my sister Rob. But it was something that my brother was telling me that stood out to me. And he said, you know, sis, I was really surprised when they were out there volleying. And I happened to look up and noticed that it was some older white women trying to save the black people from being beat down. They were saying get off of them and helping out the best they could with their little bit of strength they had to be older white women. And he said he was surprised and he actually witnessed it with his own eyes. And it takes me back to where we were talking 12 Bells and I, and she couldn't understand why and how some of the white people were out there protesting and wanting to obtain justice just as much as we did. I don't see any kind of buffering on my end, so go out and come back in, Brother Pounds. Maybe it's just you particular. Is anybody else buffering? Because it's not showing any signs of buffering on my end. Okay. The way the system deals with racism, the poor crime, and education definitely needs improvement. Okay, I'm going to give you a chance to come back in and I'll ask you a question. That was from Mr. Pounds, from Alex Doe. The whole system needs to be reconstructed to read that all peoples are to be treated equally and fairly, regardless what their race is, what their races are. Okay. You would think that's what is already done. I feel kind of sad sometimes when either race, oh, I do see some buffering going on. Are any of y'all buffering? Pounds, if you back, let me know how you making out now. It could be the weather because it's getting ready to be a storm over here. So I hope we hold up and we make it through. It just left back out. We'll see how it goes. Because I pray I don't have to restart the stream. But okay. It's sad when you do not know anyone of another race that you can actually say that they're good people. And sometimes it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or they're a bad person. Sometimes the way you live your life, you just don't come in contact with anyone except your own race. Let's say it that way. And I have been in that situation where I didn't know too many other than black people and see different things and shake hands with all kind of people. And I'm so happy that when I decided to get a home, gave me the ability and vision of being diverse and not looking for an all-black community. Because I did think if I ever bought a home, that's the kind of home I would have bought. It was the total opposite. I wanted to be in a diverse community where all type of different people live and actually can coexist in the same environment. And that's probably one of the best decisions I've made in my life because it allowed me to see things from another angle. It allowed me, welcome back, it allowed me to understand that not everyone is racist. And when I would walk around at first, I thought, wow, this is weird. And when they would look at me, sometimes I didn't know what to think. But I was looking at them just like they was looking at me, right? But as time went by, we figured one another out. When I was living in South Carolina, Columbia, I can walk out of my backyard and walk into a golf course. And that's where I used to do my exercises. And I would go do my little rounds on the golf course. And when I first started walking, I was going through the same thing. All the white folks would stop playing golf just to watch and see where I was going. And I would look around like, where else is there to go outside of this golf course, you know? And then I started going over to the country club where they had the little area where everybody meets at. And I started becoming a part of the community. And they got to know who I was. And when they would see me around after that, they would say hello. And, was happy to see me. Then I realized that when they was looking at me, they weren't looking at me so much because I was just a black woman. They didn't know where I was coming from and where I was going and what I was going to cause. Then sometimes I'm a little bit ashamed to admit, let's go back to standing some truth, that sometime when I said, where are they going and what are they about to do? Don't y'all dare stone me. But I have had crimes committed against me, and it hasn't been by white people. So I don't want to sit here and just pretend that our own don't do some crazy stuff too. But the more and more I got to be around different people, I got a better understanding of our fears, not just theirs, not just ours, but our fears. And there's a difference between people who just don't know and people that are just racist. Let's be clear. And not all white people are the only racist ones either. Let's be clear about that too. Some of our black people can be just as racist. Let's keep it real now. How many times have you heard them talking crazy? Okay, let me read a few comments. Alex Doe. When laws, rules, and regulations are put in place only to safeguard a selected group of people and oppress all that are different from the lawmakers, there's always going to be a great injustice. And that is exactly right. That's exactly right. If the laws are not working in your favor, there's always going to be an injustice. Always going to be an injustice. Welcome, Juliet Catherine. Woof woof, I am loving the interior design behind you. Thank you, Juliet. Welcome to the village. Woof woof. What's with this woof woof? I'm not again tonight. Not again tonight. Are you a troll? Are you a troll and you feel like barking in the village? I'm not gonna do it, guys. I'm getting seasoned. I done got 2 seasons to let these trolls take me out of my character. I'm not doing that no more. I done come too far, right? Huh? I done come too far to start going backwards, right? That is so true because this lady said on the bus she don't. Well, sometimes black people can rub you the wrong way too. And it's not about being racist. It's about being sick and tired of your own kind sometimes too, people. From Julian, we shall overcome. I put this devastating worldwide situation in the hands of God. The more I think or see of all the bad news, the more worried we will be living in fear. Do you live in fear? Do you find yourself fearful of what is going on in the world? How many people are actually living in fear right now? If you're living in fear right now, say, I'm living in fear. Or am I the only one that something is wrong with? Because I'm not actually living in fear. I'm outraged and I don't like what's going on in the world. But I cannot say that I'm living in fear. I think I'm past fear. Is something wrong with me? Huh? I'm really past fear. I'm fearless in a sense right now. When I pray, it erases my fear. I do believe my faith is what erases my fear. Because when it comes to fear, it comes from God. I want to make sure He knows that I fear Him. I fear God. But as far as fearing someone in these streets, I'm not fearful. And I'm not saying that to be tough or no gangster or none of that, because I don't consider myself to be any of that. But at the same token in time, I'm just not really afraid of too much. Maybe something wrong with me, but no. What's going to be is going to be, right? What is written, right? Amen. I'm not, says Sweetie Pie. Juliet. At one point I was, but I'm more cautious. Hello, James. Welcome to the village, my brother. Okay, to Juliet, let me ask you this. When you were fearful, what was causing you to be fearful? What was bringing that fear to you? Where you felt that some harm could be brought to you or something. I am not a troll. I'm a cute puppy that loves to stay loyal to everyone. Well, okay, I'm just making sure. I haven't had too many puppies visit the village, so don't get upset because I didn't recognize that you're a puppy. Woof woof back to you. Queen, what is one of your favorite movies? Don't ask me. Don't ask me because now it's going to go back to the gangster thing. My favorite movie is actually Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. Oh, yeah, Scarface is one of my favorite movies. I love action and I love a lot of shoot 'em up and stuff. I like Clint Eastwood's and um, what's his name? The one that had the ponytail, Seagal. And I like that old stuff. I love old movies because I used to like watching those with my dad. I didn't live in fear, but I'm aware that any day can be my day, and I'm prepared to whatever is effectively necessary to defend myself with every fiber of my being. And I'm prepared to do whatever to defend myself. Okay, so Juliet, the riot in my city, people with guns at stores putting people's lives in danger. Okay, what's not love? Correct. I have a sense of humor, so let's put that on the table first and foremost. And how's everything going with you, James? Thank you for coming in. And how's everything going in your city, James? And James, are you fearful? Our local neighborhood stores being hit with vandalism. Okay. I can understand that when you're seeing things being vandalized, it can create a discomfort because you don't never know how far people are willing to go. So I totally can agree with you. And when I saw the vandalism taking place, I wouldn't say that I became fearful, but I did become concerned because I knew that it was just a matter of time before it was going to be the authorities coming in and taking control in a way that some people would be injured, if not more, by the time it was all said and done. And I understand some of the vandalism and acts that was taking place. And I may not agree with the method, but I understand the method to the madness. I don't think this is just one situation that got people this outraged. It's just the whole pot of gumbo that started falling over. Everything that everybody been going through lately, from the lockdown to everything else, has just put them in a situation where they just bust loose. And you ever been frustrated and you just kept holding it, not gonna say nothing, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. And then all of a sudden you just hit your breaking point, your boiling point. And when you went to busting loose, you were scared of yourself after that. You ever been scared of yourself? You ever scared yourself? Because I have scared myself at times when I done flipped out in a way that I'm like, everybody get off me. Even people you know can't hold you back because you just done had it at that point. And when you get to where you just done had it, somebody's in trouble. Alex, though, whatever you put in, they took it out. I'm not in fear. I'm concerned how is this going to turn out. Correct. And I'm also concerned about the ones that are out there protesting And sometimes the ones that are leading the protest may not be using the proper tools to keep as many people safe as you can. And if you're going to say that you're going out here for a peaceful protest, you have to also let the ones that's protesting understand that a protest that start out peaceful may not end peaceful. And you have to always be ready to handle what you have to handle. And I also think that no children should be in a protest. I saw a man running the other day, and he had a little girl on his shoulders. And when he took off running, he started stumbling, and he got this girl on his shoulders. And I'm saying, oh no, he's gonna fall with this baby. But some kind of way, it's like the Lord lift him back up. You can't find a babysitter in a protest. Stay home. You can protest from your television if you have to. Encourage from where you are, but if you got to take your baby, I see another child crying because they sprayed mace. In some kind of way, the kid came in contact with the mace. Don't let that be your children's memory of what's going on. They shouldn't even be in the midst of that. I would really be upset to see something really fatal happen to a child because their parent didn't make the proper decision in bringing them. And as a leader of the protest, I would have told them, you cannot be out here with no babies and children. Like, I don't care if it's the daytime or not, because something can bust loose in the daytime too. Just because it haven't, for the most part, in most places, it still can. So it's definitely not a place for you to bring your children. And if you have been bringing your children to the protest, please stop. If you don't listen to nothing else I say, stop bringing babies to that protest. Protect your children by every means necessary. If you want to put yourself on the chopping block, then do what you have to do. But don't put your babies on that chopping block. That's not fair to them. They didn't make no decision to be in a protest. You drug them out there. Did you guys see the video in New York? Officers pushed an elderly man and he hit his head hard on the pavement and they left him there to bleed to death. I saw the footage. I definitely saw the footage. And that elderly man was not doing anything to cause a threat to anybody. So it still goes back. But now let's go on back because there was someone that was saying that they didn't see white people being mistreated. That was an older white man, 75 years old. So let's put that on the record. The controlling government will only rethink things when they experience severe casualties on their part, as well as a great financial breakdown and ruin. And that comes down to the looting. When folks got the looting, that's when folks started saying, okay, it's time to get out here and start arresting people. That was from Alex. From Juliet, no children shouldn't attend. To me, it's common sense as a parent to think twice in these events, not knowing the condition or outcome. The little girl shouldn't have been there. It's a 50-50 blame. And then, see, here's the thing. As a parent, and now I'm speaking as a parent now, and as well as a grandparent, because I'm a grandmother. I have 4 grandchildren. My oldest granddaughter is 13 years old. And as a grandmother, I would never want to feel that I put a child in jeopardy because I'm bringing them to the front line. There's times when I will allow the children to voice what they have to say because children do have a voice, but there's a time and place for that. And a protest is not the place for a child because anything can bust loose at any time. And I wouldn't want that on my conscience if something went wrong and my child was a part of it. And even we're not even talking even just fatal, just being scarred mentally by the abuse that takes place in these riots. You don't know how a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old is going to digest that. Some grown folks are going to have some issues aftermath of these riots. I promise you, and looting of businesses and all kind of different things that have been taking place, abuse of power, etc. No kid should not be there at all, period. So at least we all can agree to that. I just noticed your gold mic. Oh, really? Thank you. Holla. So crazy. But we all have to understand that this is not something to do to be cool. This isn't somewhere to go hang out. Because that's what some people think this is. Come on, y'all, let's go down there to the riot. It's going to be a riot tonight. Come on, man, let's get our stuff and go down there. That's not what this is about. And if that's what you think this is about, you in the wrong arena. You in the wrong arena, because that's not what this is about. Getting justice is much further than just tearing up stuff and looting. It's deeper than that. It's about being committed to making sure a voice is heard and people are able to try to get a breakthrough. And getting a breakthrough is not always pretty. If you're not willing to get your tail whipped, you might not want to be out there. If you're not willing to get some charges put on you, you might not want to be out there. If you're not willing to lay down, you may not want to be out there, because everything I just said can become your reality. And y'all stop me when I'm wrong now. And some people need to hear this, because some people do believe that, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead on up there. If you're going up there, go with the attitude that, what, I got to let the chips lie wherever they fall. I got to handle whatever come my way, because this may turn bad quick. And when you're in a riot, and if you've ever been a part of one, you know that that's exactly, you can be walking peaceful, and next thing you know, you see everybody running, and you don't even know why they running. But something just tells you, take off running too. We'll figure it out when we get to some safety. How many times have you had to take off running? You just see everybody, woo, something, and you say, true, let me catch up with everybody else the best that I can. Now you somewhere, whoo, we made it. What happened? You don't even know what happened. All you know is everybody running. And there's a rule, right? When you see everybody running, you better take off and try to keep up. Because if you get stuck back there by yourself, y'all already know what's going to happen if they catch you. Lead the children, keep them safe. I agree. That's from Pounds, from Juliet. Or that a child being caught in the stampede of people running up for their lives. You better know it, Juliet. Speak on it, Queen, says Sweetie Pie, from Alice. I don't even want adults moving with us if they don't understand all of the possibilities that may occur. Everyone are not fit to be warriors. Oh, Lord, tell me about it. But they can add support in many other capacities. And I agree. If you know that you're not a fighter or a person that's going to get out there and get the tussling and wrestle around, let me tell you something. I done got too old, and I done said this earlier. Asthma for a whole week straight. Me trying to be taking off running and tussling with folks at this point in the game is not going to happen. So I'm going to sit right where I'm at and talk mess from here. Y'all know what I mean. But if you're going out there, make sure that you're willing to do whatever is necessary to make it home safe. Once your head bust, they're going to bash you right upside your head like everybody else. They don't care if you didn't come out here for nothing violent. You out here, right? You ever went with somebody to a fight and you just going to watch? You ain't going to fight. And the next thing you know, they come out and jump on you too. What you here for? Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I just came to watch. Dang, you should have been coming to fight then. So if you're not going somewhere to fight, you don't need to be there. Hey, Adriana. Welcome to the village, Adriana. Long time no see. I gotta go, but I love being a part of your live stream. You stay blessed and strong and be safe wherever you go. I'll see you on the next live stream. Woof, woof. Woof, woof back at you, Juliet. Woof, woof. Have a good day and thank you for coming. Thank you, Adriana. How's everything going with you, Adriana? And how's things where you live at, Adriana? Are they protesting over there in the Philippines or looting? I think mostly everybody in this room actually have you at this point, and Adriana. Oh, that's great. You got monetized. Good for you. I think I did come over there and congratulate you, matter of fact, when you got monetized. I got to get back in the hang of stuff. I was sick with my asthma. So I'm a little bit off and I've got to, just get back in the swing of trying to get my live stream back up and running. And then I'll be able to come back to all of y'all channels and check y'all out and hang out sometime and just, do the same things I was doing before. I was behind in so much that I'm really just playing catch up and not just online, but offline also. Right, congratulations. Right, long time no see. But I'll be over there. I'll be able to check you out soon. I definitely have your bell rung. And there's so many of you that I have your bell rung and I see your notifications, but I just got a lot going on right now. But as soon as I can simmer down a little bit and get over to you guys and check you out and support your channels, I'll be back in effect. And then we will be raiding some of y'all channels because my mods know how to drop links now. So all of that will play a beautiful role as well. Aries Mongo, shout out, shout out. Welcome to the village. Welcome, welcome. NOE Bullies, hello. Welcome to the village. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. And if y'all see somebody that you don't have, feel free to, link. And I want to say this also. If you don't have someone, go to their channel, watch a video, leave them a comment, and they'll get back to you after the live stream. Hey, wait a minute. Where's our sister Queen of Six? I miss her. Where's she at? I haven't seen her this evening. I know she was in here earlier. Shout out to Queen of Six. And where's Kicking It with Lynn? Well, I miss you Kicking It with Lynn. I got to get over there to your channel and Just Michael. I haven't seen you guys in a minute either. There's just so many of you. I got to get over there to my Ace Boon Coon, Mary Jane TV Creations. I got to hit that channel up too. Shout out to all of y'all. I miss all of y'all. So, anyhow, let's get back down to the meat and potato things. Each day that you walk out your door, you take a risk. Are you going to return? Do you mind your business? Because I always used to think when you go out, just mind your business, right? But that's not working these days. You can be minding your business and get something brought to you. You could be complying and something crazy happen. So now what do you do if minding your business not even working anymore? Just think what you at, sweetie pie. Make sure you watch a video, bullies, and leave a comment, and that way she can go to that comment and get straight to you. Anybody that decide to link with someone, watch a video, leave a comment, and that way they can go straight to that comment and get back to you. That's the way we do it here. So we'll go from there, and everybody will mix and mingle, and everything will be all good. Adriana, how is it over there where you are? Is it in the Philippines? Are they looting? Is it peaceful? Like, what's going on in the Philippines? I need to know. When a, when a few police grab one person, it's very effective. When a large group of real people isolate them from their fellow officers and prevent their attack. And that's true. See, I don't want to put some stuff on the air because I don't want people to do the wrong thing and get themselves killed. because it's a way to handle yourself in a protest when there's a whole lot of them and they're outnumbered. But I'm not going to put it out here because I don't want to cause no one to get themselves hurt or worse because they do it the wrong way. Because if you do it the wrong way, it can cause you to get yourself hurt or taken out of here. But it is a way, as a group of protesters, when you have officers outnumbered, it is a way to take them officers down, and they will not have the time to reach for nothing if you know what you're doing. But I'm not gonna tell them to do that because if you don't do it right, you might not make it. So I'm not gonna get into that. But that's where being fearless come in at. When you do something, you can't be shifting and shaking on it. You gotta go and just do what you gotta do because that's where you get hurt when you start second guessing what your next move is going to be. And it's bad when you have to start thinking in a attack mode, like, okay, it's them and us, and that's all to it. I've always wanted to say that the violent side of life is over. We don't have to be violent anymore. We don't have to go through stages where you got to always be sitting on ready, even in your vehicle. If you are driving and you see flashing lights behind you and something is going, oh Lord, please don't let this be one of them nights that I might have to go the other way. And now just saying, just stay calm. And you feel them walking up to the car. And the first thing you're thinking is, should I just keep driving and get closer to safety? Or do I stop? And it's bad when you decide, like, let me get closer with some people are because I'm back here. I'm not stopping. No, I'm not stopping. Let me get on up here to the gas station where there's a lit light somewhere where folks can see something and I'm parking right in vision. I'm going to pull over. And when they come up, I'm going to let them know I don't feel safe. But I pulled over and here's my paperwork. And it's bad when you do that. I have seen people trying to get home. They was only a block or two from their house, and they woo and they calling their parents, "Mommy, the police is pulling me over. I'm coming to the house. I'm scared." Now you know that don't make no sense when you're scared to even pull over and see what they want because you don't know if you're gonna make it home. So you calling your parents and they say, "Get off the phone, do this, do that," and now your parents jumping in their cars trying to get to where you are so they can make sure you make it back. And they tell you, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up, hang up the phone, hang up the phone. You have a right to be on your phone. Nobody can't make you hang up your phone. That's not in no law that you have to hang up your phone. My phone is sitting right here. I set my phone down. I'm giving you my paperwork. How is that phone affecting what you're trying to tell me? I can hear you loud and clear. But see, they done looked up and seen that camera rolling. So now they want to try to get that camera off, turn it off. I done seen them bust people's doggone phones with the blackjack. Just reach in, bow, bust your phone because they don't want no evidence of what's getting ready to happen. Just tear up your phone, tear up your car. Sometimes they'll tell you, pull the window down. Nah, I'm not pulling the window down. Here, I put my little stuff out through this little crack. Bow, and took the blackjack and bust your whole window out. It happens. It happens more than you would like to believe it would. Even if you got teenage children, y'all get in this house by a certain time because I do not need to turn on the news and see something tragic happen. You going home by yourself. You done hung out with your friends, and now you driving and you happen to come through the wrong neighborhood. Woo-doo-doo. Now you pulled over. A young kid don't know what to do. Too many times the police already said they thought that a phone was a gun. That's true too. I want to ask y'all a question, right? Because I love to put the questions out here that I have been communicating about. And the question that I want to ask y'all is, as an interracial couple, do you think that going through something like this put a lot of stress in the relationship as far as there's so much going on? How do you think that would affect an interracial couple? And if there's an please come and let us know, because I would like to know, how does it affect an interracial couple as far as what's going on in the world? Are you able to stay strong as a couple and cope and deal with what's going on? Or do you find yourself being torn in conflict by the things that's going on? Because I'm sure it's not an easy situation to be in when there's so much going on and you have to decide, okay, if I say this, if I say that, if I do this, if I do that, how do you find a balance of peace? And do you believe that you can be in a racial couple, in a racial relationship, excuse me, right now with everything that's going on all over the universe? The other thing that I would want to know is, for everyone that's in the room, hold on, from Alex, too many times the police already said they thought that a phone was a gun. Okay, we saw that. No, I can't, because I had witnessed a biracial couple arguing and he called his wife the N word. You know why I'm sitting here like this? Because I've heard that more times than I would like to hear. Also, that when black people are in interracial relationships, as soon as there's a problem, that N word do come flying out. And I think that definitely is a deal breaker for me. That's not something that you can apologize about tomorrow and say, well, you know I didn't mean it, honey. You're not an N word. Nah, you said just what you felt. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Because that's just sad, and that means that's what they look at you as anyway. An interracial couple have to already have a certain conversation about certain things that they may encounter because, or their encounter because, for their racial differences, and must devise a plan to deal with it. Okay, y'all gotta excuse my eyes because y'all know I still haven't got my glasses in. Sometimes stuff starts scrambling in front of me. But let me just say this. An interracial couple have to already have had a certain conversation about certain things that they may encounter because because or for their racial difference, and must devise a plan to deal with it. I agree. In order to be in an interracial relationship, I do believe you have to already be strong in who you are and the journey that you're getting ready to take together with one another. Because when you're getting ready to take a journey with someone, there's always going to be some obstacles that get thrown in the way. But then when you know that you may come in contact with people that are racist, that just makes it all the more harder, especially when you're having children that you're bringing into these relationships. I also believe that your children have to be solid and understand that people may discriminate against them also on both ends, black and white. Sometimes you may not be black enough, or sometimes you may not be white enough. That's the way it usually goes. So I'm thinking that you definitely have to be strong collectively in the relationship and parenting of your children so that you can be able to cope with the diversities in life, or just people with their ignorance and just hatred, because there's always going to be hate. Unfortunately, you're not going to stop it. It happens right here on this same media, all day, every day. People that just hateful. You can see it in their face. You ever looked at somebody's face and was like, ooh, you could just see, like, you're so hateful, you can't even shake it. It's just the whole spirit is all over you. That demon has just taken root, and they can't even shift or shake it because it's just deep rooted in them to just be a hateful hater. And it don't mean that you hate against another race all the time either. Let's be clear. Sometimes your own kind is hating against you more than the other race. How many people did you see on this young man's page before this happened to him cheering him on? I always say that. But then as soon as the way or something tragic happened, they would tear your whole social media down, posting up all this beautiful stuff. But why not tell that person that while they got their eyes open? Why not go to their page and say something kind while their eyes is open? Why not press the like while their eyes is open? Why not subscribe while their eyes is open? So it's not always just about interracial disgrace. Let's be clear. But we have talked about this enough for tonight. And it's Friday. And I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about something else that we all can get into. And it's not that important. But I want to talk about something that brings some joy into our channel tonight. Something we can talk and our usual Friday nights that we come in here and we get together and we just have fun. We just have fun. So I was talking to one of our village people today, and y'all know when everything else fell, we can always get down to the meat and potato things when it comes to a relationship. And this village person was asking me a question about if one person cheat on the other person in a relationship, and that person decides to, we're gonna work it out. And then, okay, let's backpedal. The husband cheated on the wife. They stayed together and decided to work it out. But then the wife cheated on the husband, and now the husband is ready to bail out. So how do y'all feel? Do you feel like the relationship can work, or do you feel that it can't work? Hopefully we can get them some answers. I like doing the dating of different ethnic backgrounds, especially when they show dislike for black people. I enjoy pushing their buttons, laugh out loud. You're so crazy. I do believe people should be able to date whoever they want to. If I like somebody, I like them. I don't care where they from and what they, ethnicity is. Hey, we got all kind of stuff running through us, so why even worry about it? If I like you, I like you, and I'm strong in who I am anyway. So even if other people is looking like, you know, y'all know I ain't got no sense. Y'all know I really don't care. That's what make me me. I really don't. I don't concern myself with what other people think. If you notice, whenever we have our topics, I'm respectful, but I speak my truth. And whoever don't like me or they want to judge me because of something I might feel or be, that's their problem. Because I'm gonna still sit here and be the queen love bug number one every time I turn this camera on. So, hey, be true to who you are because at least you're not being a phony. I don't see it working because the trust is gone. You know, I think that when it gets to the point where y'all doing it back and forth, that becomes complicated. It really do. Yes. The queen love bug number one. You just gotta be yourself and that go for anybody. Never get to a place where you trying to please people so much that you compromising who you are to fit in somewhere. You don't have to do that. Never do that. Because once you start that, you're gonna always be trying to please people. Oh, well, they didn't like I said this, or oh, they didn't like I said that, or when I told my truth, they got mad at me. Oh well, that was their problem. I was standing in my truth. And if it offended somebody, oh, I don't mean no harm, but I'm not gonna sit over here and be like, oh, sorry. Hey, hey, come on now. You got to be true to who you are before you can be true to anybody else. You don't stand in your own truth, then hey, we all have a past, right? Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. We were talking about if we would go on the beach to the nudity beach. I don't think you were in here, Alex. So we were talking about going to the nudity beach. And I said, I'm in a place in my life where I can see myself taking a challenge like that and running down that beach. And everybody going, don't she do that, do it, do it. Or they push me up, come, come, come. And you're like, no, I ain't gonna do it. But it's all in just having a good time and living your life, having fun. Now, will I actually do it? I don't know because I'm the type that I do all that talking and doing this time to do it. No, no, please, no, no. But then who knows? I might get bold enough to do it, right? You only live once. But did you see that? Did y'all see the queen? She said she would run her fat butt down that beach naked. I don't care. I'll tell you one thing, it would be a sight. I wouldn't want to be with a female who cheated on me. I deserve better. I'm not trying to work anything out. If you cheated, that means you not happy in the relationship. So let's just end it. Okay, now that's a good comment, Brody, because I struggle with this also. When a person cheats, do you believe that it's because they're not happy in the relationship and they don't want to be with you? That's why they cheated. I want all of y'all to get involved and let me know. Do you believe that's the reason? Hold on, guys. Okay, let me get down to these comments. I don't mind going to a new beach. Hold on, y'all. I don't. This is Alex now. Alex is him and Pounds is a little special. This is Alex now, right? He said, I don't mind going to a new beach looking at women, but I'm not taking all my clothes off. I did not tell y'all that. Did not say that. I said, Alex ain't going down that beach with no clothes on. Now, Alex, right? This, for y'all who don't know, Alex is my Brody. That's my older brother, right? And I'm his pain in the behind sister. And I've been his pain in the behind little sister since I was a little kid, right? So now, right? But I'm just gonna ask him this because I want y'all to see what he gonna say. So Brody, right? We at this nudie beach, right? And the people are walking around nude, and I said, Brody, I'm getting ready to take my clothes off too and run down the beach. What you gonna say, Brody? This is gonna get interesting now. And I'm grown, right? I'm grown. It can if hold on. It can different things while it can be different things while we cheat. I had turned the mic down because I had a private call and I didn't want everybody to hear my privacy. Yes, the queen stay lit. I believe, so I believe everything I say in here. Hey, hey. Uh, I don't care what the reason is. If you cheat on me, I single time, one single time, and we're done. Period. There's nothing for us to work out other than you keeping it moving. Okay, okay. Yeah, I had turned it off because I didn't want everybody to hear all of my personal. Yes. It's time to get lit, everybody. It is time to get your life and live a good life. Don't be wasting time on those that ain't got time to do right by you. And I promise y'all, I always tell y'all, if one not doing right, get them out the way so somebody that want to do right can step right in and do right. Because if you holding on to the wrong one, that wrong one is blocking the right one. Get the wrong one out the way so you can get blessed. Amen. If that's what you want to do, then you we're gonna laugh first. If that's what you want to do, then do you. I'm keeping my swimming trunks on, but do your boat. Yeah, right. Let me tell y'all, right? That's what he's saying, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if we was on that beach and everybody was taking their clothes off and doing all kind of crazy stuff, he wouldn't say nothing at first. He would just be looking, right? Like, you bet not. I know you ain't getting ready to take your clothes off and run your butt down that beach. I'm gonna knock you out. Let me tell you, there's times I'm hanging out with my friends and everybody, you know, when we in New York, we out there, right? And he just watching, just looking, just watching. Just looking like she know her limit. She better not. She better not do nothing. So he talking about, yeah, whatever, float your boat. Yeah, right. Yeah. I always get men who try to control me. But see, that's the thing. You're grown. You don't need no one controlling you. There's a difference in somebody showing you love and somebody controlling you. And don't nobody grown need to be controlled. I know I don't want nobody trying to control me because that's when the problem gonna start. That's where the problem is definitely gonna start. Because you can't control me. I'm grown. My parents done raised me. And I talked to the Lord and he's still working on me. I'm definitely a work in progress. But I'm grown. You can talk to me about what's wrong and we can work it out. We can compromise some stuff. But you're not getting ready to control me. Nobody grown need to be controlled. That's why you stay to yourself. It's okay to stay to yourself because you know what? You'll meet somebody in time that's going to treat you the way you should be treated. Don't nobody have to be treated bad just to have someone. I always say that. You ain't got to put up with nobody's mess. Just, be able to date. When that right one comes, he'll be for you. And if you notice that they're not for you, you're doing the right thing. Get them on their way. Don't even come back this way. I don't like dealing with people that want to call shots and stuff, especially if we're not really together. I just be quiet. You can't tell nobody what to do when y'all not even really locked in. We just getting to know each other. You better not do this over here. Where you at? And you there? What? If you don't hush your mouth, don't let nobody control you. You're grown. Because if it start, it'll never end. Every day it'll be more control, more control, more control. So Brody, if you was with someone and y'all went to the beach and she was your lady, and she said, "Baby, look, they got the nudie beach over there. I want to go over there and take off my swimsuit." Would you let her go? I love messing with y'all. I just moved. He told me I better not have no company. I told him stay where he is at. You better know it. I just done got me a place. And you talk about no company. If I don't want to have no company, let me make that decision. If I decide, okay, me and this man are locked down and we really feeling each other, and now it's time for me to stop doing some of the crazy stuff I was doing single, I have respect. And as much as I can be a little bit out of here at times, I joke a lot. I like to joke. A lot of times the stuff I say isn't accurate, right? But when I'm with somebody like that, I'm respectful and respectable. I'm not going to come in and just, be disrespectful and not give you a certain amount of attention and so on and so forth. But let me do that from my heart and let me be free at what I do. Don't start telling me who you are. Now you just have messed up everything straight out the gate. So Alice, I don't want to control a woman. I don't feel the need to control a strong woman. I like her just the way she is. We compliment. True, true. I like a strong man too. But I do like a man that allows me to have a voice and allows me to make decisions, and collectively we can talk about the best way for us to move forward with different situations. But I can run some things past you and say, baby, what you think about this? Or what you think about that? But at the same token of time, I do want to be able to have some control of myself to make a decision on my own when it comes to certain things to say, well, okay, I want to have a hamburger today. Honey, is it okay if I eat a hamburger? Really? No. I'm getting me a hamburger. Well, I don't eat meat. Well, that's your problem. Now, if I feel for health reasons, okay, I'm letting meat go too. That's one thing. But I'm not going to sit here and let somebody decide that you better not let me catch you eating meat because I'm a vegan and I don't eat no meat. And I don't want no woman that's eating meat. Then why are you talking to me? Everything about me looks like I eat meat. Y'all know I had to start cutting up. It was just a matter of time, right? Even down to the weight thing, right? I like to be healthy, and I have no problem with knocking a couple of pounds off. I can afford to lose a few. And hey, we ain't gonna dig deep into that. But y'all know where I'm going with it, right? But what you see is what you get. When you meet me, there is no hidden agenda. It's sitting all out here in front of me. It's not like it's hiding behind my back and in the relationship and say, hi, it's sitting right here. This you see what you see, right? And I'm not wearing no spanks and none of that stuff trying to suck something in. This is what I'm working with, right? So now, if you don't like what you see, then fine, go on. You're not gonna have me in here. Okay, keep running. You run that weight off of you. I'm gonna work out a little bit, but you're not getting me to treat me like I'm on the treadmill for life. Don't you get off of there? Okay, I don't think so. That's out loud. I love to eat chicken, my chicken. Okay, I like chicken. I love chicken actually. I don't eat a lot of red meat. I don't eat pork. I do eat some turkey, and I'm allergic to shell seafood. So every now and again, I'll have salmon. If you're gonna quit eating it, let it be because that's a decision you made and not something somebody done bullied you into. Absolutely 100% negatory. My woman should have too much class and self-respect to fully undress in public, regardless of what other people are doing. Okay, so what if she decided that's just what she do? She likes to go nude. See, I'm selfish because I don't mind looking at your girl, but I'm not too thrilled about you looking at mine. I just took pork out of the diet for like a year ago. Yes, that pork. mm, My pressure is already dangling by a wing flame. So I don't need to be sending it up no higher. Anything that causes like sodium and stuff like that, y'all know I have lipedema. So pork and sodas and things like that tend to make it flare up more, too much sodium. So I stay away from a lot of that stuff for the most part. And I haven't actually had pork like that in so long because there are so many different substitutes for pork now that you really don't have to eat pork. I actually enjoy veggie bacon. I can eat the turkey bacon and beef bacon, but I actually love the veggie bacon. And there's so many substitutes now that you really don't miss pork. I know. They got turkey ham. I love that. They got veggie ribs and different stuff. So you figure it out. So Alice, if she does it outside of the house, then she is not for me. Did I tell y'all this is why I missed Alex the other day? Because Alex, he say the stuff that some people just not gonna say. And I think maybe that's why we are brothers and sisters because we both are so outspoken and we definitely, are kind of the type that's gonna say what most people won't say. And it just makes me laugh sometimes because I already be knowing what he's gonna say before I even ask. And I know him, put it that way. I already know how he is. And he's not gonna be with a woman for sure who walk around going nude and taking her clothes off and showing herself to the community. He's not gonna be with somebody like that. Because he's that kind of man that feel like I want nobody looking at my stuff. Run down the beach. Let me tell you, right? I always thought that when people do go to the beach, and it's that type of beach, that oh Lord, this feels so good. I always thought that you had the best bodies, right? Because that's why you did. You want to show your body off, but it's not. I was like, wow, if they can go down the beach, I know I can go down that beach. But it shows confidence. But sometimes I get these edgy thoughts in my head, and maybe something wrong with me. Some just say, "Won't you do it? I dare you." He talking about that floats your boat. He'll be looking like if you don't get your butt over here on that beach. Because let me tell you, right, that's my brother, right? But if we was at a beach and everybody was going to the news side and he was like, "I'm going over there too," I'll be like, "You better not. You better not take your butt over that beach." I told Sweetie Pie that me and her would go on there holding hands. We would run in there. Sweetie Pie is not running in nobody's beach naked. Don't even let her convince you she is. I see the new couple around my way. They be waving at me and stuff. Well, where do they be at news, Sweetie Pie? In the community? She said, "No, I'm not doing it." Okay, I have a question. And this is definitely a Friday night question. You know, every question I bring in here is usually something somebody done asked me along the way, right? Because people, I don't know why, they love to ask me all the crazy stuff, which is starting to make me wonder why. And I know when Pound see this on the playback, he is going to roll on the floor laughing because he always talk about how everybody likes to come here to ask all the crazy stuff. Okay, hold on a minute. In the house, they be in the house. Well, will they be waving from the door, the window? In private, for my enjoyment, is all good, but full public exposure to me is a lack of class and self-respect. Like I said, I'll look at the girls, but I don't. I'm not taking all of my clothes off in public. I look at the girls, but I'm not taking all my clothes off in public. Okay, hold on. When I go to the garage, the house is by the garage front window. Oh, wow. They free, huh? Okay, okay. Let's let's get back down to the meat and potato things. I want to ask y'all a question. Is there age restriction? Hold on, hold on. What Voss saw was swingers trying to get her to come over. Right. Why y'all are doing the come on in, honey? Okay, let's focus. Is there an age restriction on the things that a person do? For an example, at what age should a woman stop wearing poom poom shorts? Outside, not in the house, because you know at any age you can wear them. But at what age do you think, or is there an age where you should stop wearing poom poom shorts, mini skirts, halter tops, etc., see-through dresses? Do y'all believe that there is an age that you should stop wearing this stuff, or do you feel that you should wear it until it wear you? Which direction would y'all come from with the answer? I'm almost scared to look. But this is something that we talk about, and I talk about this more than I would even like to admit. All over the world, people are doing it, and a lot of times we just talk about different things, piques our interest. I'm not gonna be on here too long, guys. I have to get off of here in a little bit and go handle my personal life. But I just want to come on here and have some fun with you all and talk about different things. I would say as long as your skin don't say Sweetie pie. Okay. So when the skin start to sag and the stuff start to not being tight and firm, it's time to retire. When you start to sag, it's time to retire. No, 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 no. By the time you sag, and you been should have probably retired yourself out. Don't wait to sag to get on out the game. Alice, my woman can't even wear poom poom shorts out the house. My woman is a reflection of me, and I want her to conduct herself accordingly. Okay, so let me ask you another question then. See, Brody, you don't really count because you talk to women in their 20s and 30s, so they're not 50. So if they wear poom poom shorts and stuff like that, that's pretty normal. But do you believe that there should be an age restriction on the poom poom shorts and halter tops and mini dresses, Alex? Even in the house, do you feel it's okay in the house no matter how old you get? Sweetie Pie, stop. She over there cracking up. Yes, you just start dipping and slipping and everything's hanging and dangling and sagging and looking crazy. And depending on what color you are, the broken veins done started to look like they are plumb. Nope, nope, and nope. I like a woman who looks sexy without degrading themselves. I like that. I like that. And you know what? Let me say this to you, Alex. That's nice because you have a lot who that they're not attracted to women who are not wearing all that craziness. And I think it's a beautiful thing when you can cover up and your man still find you sexy. He still find you attractive and make you feel comfortable in whatever it is that you choose to wear. But then I want to say this to you. While she's covering up, do you have your eye on the one over there that's revealing? Put it in that chat. So you be looking at the ones with the pom pom shorts and the halter top and the mini skirts and the see-through dress. We get down to the meat and potato thing. Because women want to feel like, whatever they're wearing is what you're attracted to. But then they don't want to get out and they all covered up. Then every time the pom pom shorts go by, you looking over that way. Every time the mini skirt go by, you looking over that way. If your body is holding up and is still looking sexy, then it doesn't matter. Okay, I can agree to a certain point. I can agree. I'm gonna leave that alone. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not even gonna put myself on that chopping block. Sometimes you just gotta just let stuff go. Don't even do it to yourself. Don't. Whatever you do, sometimes you gotta rethink stuff like. But I like it. I like it. I love when you can be true to who you are. And this is amazing when you with a man and you can be comfortable. You don't have to feel that, oh, I gotta wear this, I gotta wear that. You wear what you want to wear. And I want to ask you another question. Do you like sex appeal in your woman? Do you like her to look sexy? Or would you rather her just stay clean away from the sexy stuff? Let's find out. Sweetie Pie over there cracking up. And I want to ask you a question, Sweetie Pie. Do you like a man in heels? Do you like a guy that will actually wear heels? Because they got this thing out now where there are guys that are actually wearing just as high a heel as a woman. So would you be attracted to a man that's rocking his high heel? I look, but I won't say nothing for myself. To me, when a female is always exposing herself, she is still shopping around. When she finished shopping, she goes sexy but conservative and classy. Okay. Sweetheart said no. No heels. No heels. Do y'all remember that day that guy with the jingly boots came in here? We was like, what in the world is a jingly boot? A little bit of everything done been in this village. I'm telling you. Sometimes you know how you watch some of these playbacks and you just be like, wow. You ever notice that some of the stuff that go on during the live stream, when you watch it on the playback, you be like, wow, all of this is going on. But guys, it's getting late and I have some things I have to do now. I want to come in and hang out for a little bit. But now it's time for me to get on out of here and, have some quiet time. So I'm going to get on in here and wish everybody a good night. I'll see y'all over the week. Whatever you do, live your best life. I keep telling you that. Tomorrow's not promised to nobody. From Alex and Guy, a lot of guys wear their pants sagging. The women that I know won't even talk to a guy that dresses like that. No, I don't like the saggy pants either. Good night, Alex. Thank you for coming in. Good night, Sweetie Pie. Thank you for coming in. Good night, Pounds, wherever you are. Good night, Adriana. Who else came in here tonight? Whoever came in, good night, everybody. And to all of y'all that's out on the porch, good night. And thank y'all all for supporting me. Have a blessed night, everybody. I love you.